Belmont County's gone through a little bit of a rough time. 30 years ago, the big job providers were coal, power, and steel. It's still a very agricultural-based area. A lot of beef cattle run in Belmont County, around in Belmont County. Some crop farming, a few dairy farms, but it's still a rural county, and farming is a big part of that. It was a community that was used to extraction. And oil and gas extraction is far less invasive than strip mining and even underground mining of coal. Oil and gas has been a big help to a lot of those farmers in being able to provide some additional income through the leasing and then through the production. So it's been a good thing for that.
I'm from here, from the Valley. And so it's kind of interesting when all the other guys in the Valley were getting out of high school almost 40 years ago. They had jobs, right? So they could go to the mills. And then all the mills and the steel mills, the coal mines went south, right? So I didn't take that path, but a lot of my friends did. So that's one of the beauties of this industry that's come here by the grace of God. We've got jobs again.
I live in a little community in the Interstate 208, and back 3-4 years ago, we didn't have anything basically there other than a station or two. Now we got 2 motels, and we've got more stations and the restaurants and so on. So everybody has benefited from the oil and the gas.
As a company, they've also invested in our community in different charitable organizations, in different foundations.
When we say we fund everybody in the Upper Ohio Valley, that's people that you see every day. There are a lot of people that work multiple jobs and don't have health insurance. There are also people that tend to be forgotten about, like senior citizens. They receive food, nutrition, transportation, and socializing through some of our programs. We service people that are visually impaired, people that are mentally handicapped. So every person in every community means just that. There isn't a person that in the Ohio Valley that doesn't receive services we provide.
The relationship between the United Way and XTO has allowed us to respond in a greater capacity to the needs of individuals and families in Belmont County and other areas as well.
We fear what we don't know, and so they've made the community comfortable with oil and gas, answered a lot of the questions that people have, and answered a lot of the myths that are out there.
The commitment to safety was unlike anything else. It was the first thing that they thought of every minute. That was really refreshing, and we learned a lot from that too, because we as vendors had to up our game to make sure that that total supply chain, everything that touched it, was safe. I didn't know that a big company like XTO would come into a small area and take that time to educate us so we could go through this together.
I think they have stepped forward as much or more than any of the other companies, helping the community and being community-minded, and especially the younger, the kids, the 4-H kids and the FFA and the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and I think that they're civic-minded, and that's a big plus.
The Boy Scouts of America is a nonprofit organization, and without corporate partnerships, we do not exist. We were interested in STEM, and STEM, of course, science, technology, engineering, and math is such a growing topic. Our relationship with XTO has allowed us to put together more programming, to be able to go into a technical program, to be able to go into a 4-year program and get a degree in engineering or a technical certification in welding or anything like that, can open up their career immediately. I mean, we have kids that aren't going to have to wait 4 years. We need feet on the ground, we need boots on the ground, being able to do the jobs.
Because unemployment is such a big issue in the area, United Way is in full support of any company that's bringing in a lot of jobs, and XTO has been great at bringing that in and boosting the economic value in this community.
It ripples through the community. So there are so many businesses here now that serve the suppliers to XTO and to oil and gas. Those guys are out buying houses, right? It's really neat. So what's happened in this area is just it's a godsend, because we were destitute. I say that's the fact. Steel was gone, coal was gone, there wasn't anything here. And now all those buildings are being repurposed, and they're creating jobs, and people are moving in. So it's a wonderful thing.
I think that we're going to see more younger people staying in the area, and of course that helps us all.
I certainly don't want my children to have to leave the area and not come back. I think that XTO has brought a lot of positive things to our area. They've brought a lot of money back to our area.
I see a lot of problems daily from people in the community, and it can get you down a little bit. But then on the flip side, I see the generosity of the companies in the Ohio Valley that help support us and keep us thriving. And without the generosity from those type of companies like XTO, we wouldn't be able to provide the services we do.
It's a tremendous gift we were given that underneath the ground where we've walked all these years is tremendous reserves of natural gas and oil.
When you think of oil and gas, you think of Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas, and I think the day is going to come when it's going to be Ohio.
There is that commitment to the safety of the community, to the people in the community, and a desire to make this community a better place to live in for all people here in Belmont County.
On behalf of the United Way, thanks XTO.
On behalf of Belmont County Port Authority, I just want to thank XTO for their involvement in our community.
I would sincerely like to thank XTO for coming into the area, for all they've done for us. Not only me personally as Rick Frio, but for MPR and for all the charitable organizations that are in the area. It's just been a wonderful experience.
Thank you, XTO, from the Ohio River Valley Council Boy Scouts of America.
Thanks, XTO!